Hi everybody, welcome to this live chat. This is the first of its kind of the series that I would like to call Secrets of a Victorious Mind. Something that we all need today because in times like this where everybody is panicking and there's so much fear and so much anxiousness around us and people are losing close loved ones, it's very difficult to be able to actually keep your mind calm, cool, and take the right action, take right decisions. So I thought it was best to speak to a few people that I really admire. And I have been watching a lot of YouTube's videos of over the last few years, not just now. And one of them is a very special guest who I have specially chosen to be on my first chat today. His name is Master Sri Akarshana, and he is also known as the yogi with a Lamborghini. Yeah, so he's not just a yogi, he's a really cool, very cool guy who's very young in fact, and he is a spiritual master. He's someone who is an international celebrity in the world of law of attraction and spirituality. And he's touched over 47 million lives through his events, through his, talks on social media and YouTube. He's someone who has a unique message about combining the physical and the metaphysical. Because it's only when you combine the two will, you'll be able to see results in your life. Because he believes that we are all spiritual beings in a physical and material world. And to be able to live this life to our fullest, we need to live it physically to our fullest and spiritually to our fullest, right? To be able to actually experience true abundance in our lives, whether it is wealth abundance, happiness, good health, all of that. So I'm going to take him on. Let me see if the request has come through. Waiting for him to join in. Probably should have kept this on a vertical screen, but never mind. No, still waiting for Master Sri Akarshana to join in. I have received all your lovely questions on Instagram and Facebook and through DMs, through my emails. And I think everybody's single most important question is how to deal with negative thoughts and these fears that happen, because every second person around us is falling sick. So that is going to be the main topic as to how to control the mind. Still waiting for him to come on. Nope. Namaste.
Namaste, Aarti.
Thank you so much for accepting to come live with us today. I really love your videos on YouTube.
Thank you for having me on your first show. It's a pleasure.
I have been following you since the last 2 years, and I absolutely love your teachings and all your videos. They have so much to impart, much more than just the law of attraction and basics of spirituality.
Thank you.
Master, my first question for you is how to deal with the anxiousness and the negativity when everything in the future seems so uncertain.
I think that especially when we teach about law of attraction, a lot of things, if we become anxious about it, then we attract more of that. If we start worrying about future, we become in worry vibration. And we always say we don't attract what we want in life, we attract what we are in life. And so we must become the vibrational frequency of trust, of love, of joy. So I think the problem is that a lot of people, they are anxious, they are stressed because they are thinking exactly what you're saying, of the unknown, the future. What's going to happen? When is all of this going to end? When is everything going to come back to normal? But instead of thinking that way, it's more so to say, okay, if I continue to think about the fears, the doubts, I'm going to manifest more of that in my life. Because we need to understand that in this very moment, while there's chaos happening all around the world, there are majority of people who are struggling and in the confusion, but there are some people who are thriving. There are some people who are growing their businesses. There are some people who are diversifying. There are some people who are living very happily. So we need to more study the people who are living very happily and say, okay, what are they doing? And most likely they are more living in the moment, living in the now. So a very simple way to get yourself into the now and remove the stress, anxiety is breath work. If we take a slow inhale and a gentle exhale, our presence of mind is here. So here right now, it's only me, it's only you, we're spreading positivity, everything is love, we have so much love coming in. So, and this moment is very special because it creates the next moment. So it manifests.
That's true. Yeah. But then, you know, also people are coming face to face with being very lonely. And there's some people that are facing loneliness for the first time or for the second time with the second wave. But also there are some people who are constantly in each other's spaces at home, you know, and those emotions are not easy to deal with for many, many people. Like the main question I've got over here also is that, you know, they're having these unnecessary fights and getting frustrated with each other for stupid things, which are not really, you know, not even really genuine problems, so to say. But because they're feeling stressed and because they're watching the news and, you know, just seeing the panic over there, seeing that there's, you know, no oxygen, no ventilators, no, you know, they're just taking it all onto themselves. And any small problem can spark and it gets, you know, people are getting into arguments and not able to face each other. So two different things. One is people facing loneliness and one is actually having, you know, too many people in their faces all day, every day.
So one thing in our space, what we've realized is this, because we used to do a lot of live events everywhere, traveling everywhere. And so we see faces, thousands of faces every single week we're doing these events. And traveling all around the world. When lockdown happened, suddenly it's like, oh, everybody's indoors. Then what happened? Zoom platform became extremely, extremely popular. Now everybody's hosting all these Zoom events. The interesting thing is, every event we hold now, we hold weekly events. Every week we hold events for thousands and thousands of people. Much more people we are connecting to now than before. So actually, this is a very big time in spirituality, is evolution, is transition. So this is a very important year. 2020 was the great reset. 2021 was the now is the new beginning. So it's a new chapter, new things, new way of looking at things. So this is time for evolution. So how do we look at it? A few things. Number one, if you're feeling lonely by yourself, you're feeling there's problems, then actually it's more so now it's not time to go outside, it's the time to go inside. We need to practice more meditation practice. Find out what is going on in there. You see, a lot of people are like this. They say, I'm bored with myself, or I'm unhappy with myself, or I'm angry with myself, or I'm frustrated with myself. So the question really is, who is I and who is myself? Because there's two is a problem here. I am bored with myself. If you can be bored, I'm lonely with myself. So how? You are with you, how can you be in love? In this moment is good practice. Universe is giving the biggest test for humans. They're saying, now is test to everybody to not go outside, go inside. Find the love, find the positivity from inside. Don't depend on others. A lot of people are chasing for happiness from other people, and we've been doing this for many years. Now it's saying, how can I find happiness within? And when we do such practices with gratitude, I mean, what is there not to be grateful for right now? Out there right now, there must be still people dying. And we have a roof over our head and we're breathing and we're saying we're bored or we're lonely. How is that so? Now we feel gratitude, we feel joy, we feel love. All organs are working, body is working. Then that is very joyful. When we practice that, what happens is we become happiness, we become positivity. When we come out of this lockdown, what will happen is you'll see a lot of miracles manifest. Why? Because when you go out there, you'll see, because you became love and positivity from within, everything outside will start manifesting for you. So much love, so much positivity. So that's the first part. The second part is a big time for reflection as well. And the secret behind
Confrontation.
dealing with people,
Yeah.
this is the highest spiritual practice, is to say, if in any situation we have an opportunity to be right or to be kind, practice to be kind. That's number one. Number two, if at any opportunity, so don't try to fight, right? Number two is don't fight. What you fight will always fight back. So instead, when somebody else says something and they fight, guess what? That's their problem, because they're internally is frustrated. So it's coming out. But you can't let somebody else's frustration become your frustration. You see, I can sit here now. You can say anything. Anyone can say anything. They can say all bad things around. But if I'm sitting in here now, all I feel is I'm grateful to be alive, everything. Then all you say is not true. I am in peace. I'm in joy. So again, the first practice will help this practice also. So we don't fight.
Right.
We allow things to pass. The final thing, the third thing, is practice of non-reaction. Practice how to become responsible. And what is our responsibility? It is our ability to respond. So saying, when something
Not
happens,
react.
yeah, people say something, usually our emotions react and we say things that we don't even mean. Instead of doing that, when people say something we don't like, actually very simple protocol. Take a deep inhale, gentle exhale. Let it pass. It's okay. They voiced it because they are frustrated. I understand. That's okay. But I am peace, I am love. So how am I responding? I'm saying, thank you for sharing. Thank you. I'm done.
So beautifully said. Wow. Yeah, it is so much more important, you're right, to be kind rather than being right. And very often when people, very close to you in your family or people that you're living with say something and you feel that it's wrong, your immediate reaction is, no, but I think this.
That's
I don't
right.
think so, because you're taught to stand up for yourself and stand up for what you think is right. And that is the wiring, you don't want to take anything that is not right being said to you. So you usually stand up for that. But this is a time where we all need to practice being kind over being right. That is really, really something that, we need to keep reminding ourselves about. Another thing, when it comes to loneliness in this time, there are a lot of people who are, outside of their hometowns, like where they actually are, where their family is. They're living alone in different parts of India and of a marriageable age, want to settle down, looking for true love and finding their ideal soulmates, their perfect soulmates. And, you know, since the last 1.5 years, it's been so bad that people are losing hope and actually finding love and settling down. They just don't know when they're going to be able to find love because of social distancing. And it's important that they social distance. They cannot, go out of their homes. They cannot, of course, everything cannot happen virtually, right? You have to meet people and all of that. So that's another question that's been coming in on Instagram, on my DMs, that how are we going to find true love with this situation? Of course, we are worried about staying alive and staying healthy, but how are we going to find love in this situation where we're, not even getting out?
I'm sure it doesn't matter who it is in the world. I'm sure marriage, a few months, 1 year, I'm sure it can wait. I don't think anything is as desperate to say, oh, I must have it next month, you see. So I think that we are not going to be in this situation forever. We will come out of it. But this is a good time because there's a few things. Number one, most people, they are outside there chasing love. They have been many of a time, where is love? Where is love? Where is love? But as we were saying before, now it's time to practice love, meaning being in love just here, blissful, joyful. When we do that, true love comes in, the most beautiful love comes in, because you attract what you are. So now is best time to prepare yourself to be in love. Just be in love with everything in life, breathing, everything, being, universe, existence. So this is good time for that. At the same time, virtually, this type of conversation, Zoom call, Facebook, everything, all of these platforms right now, there's more and more social media platforms. And actually, some people say, for a long time, people have been saying, oh, we need to get off social media and need to be more, you know, people don't even value people anymore and things like that. But actually, we need to understand, whether we like it or not, whether we agree to it or not, but everything is going more online. So actually, the future of it, it's taught us to communicate so well online. It's taught us to communicate better with people on Zoom calls, on FaceTime, things like that. So I think you can still meet people. But I think that this time in lockdown, the separation of physical people, I think it's okay. It's only a few months. We're not too far away now.
Do you think people can use this time in a good way, like do some kind of self-work on themselves, whether it is for wealth abundance, for their businesses to do well, or to find true love, or to just keep their immunity high and, be healthy? So
For sure.
I give a lot of importance in my life to self-work, whether it is, meditating or doing affirmations, which is literally with pen and paper, which I do regularly, or listening to a lot of like not meditation but like affirmations just before going to sleep, because when you're on the alpha, you know how it seeps into your subconscious, right?
Mhm.
So how important is it for people actually to practice this to live a positive life and feel less anxious and keep their immunity up in this time especially?
So how I always explain to people, when all of this happened, universe is giving us the biggest training ground right now. And it's gave us three scares. One, we notice very much, is health scare. And the interesting thing with the health scare, with the virus and everything, it's not everybody die. No, it's not like that. It's very interesting. The selective is majority is people with a not so strong immune system are not surviving. People with a stronger immune system are surviving, even when if they get virus. So what is this telling us? This biggest reflection to everybody. Now you have most time, work on your physical health, nutrition, work on that. It's a must, because it's not saying, hey, it's a choice. It's saying if you don't, if your immune system is low, actually you don't stand much chance. So it's a big sign to say health scare, so work on health. So this is work, we do yoga practice, physical practice, stretching. Second thing is wealth scare. You know, in Chinese, we have this saying, which they say, during a crisis, the word crisis in Chinese is made up of two words. The first word is danger. The second word is opportunity. When you combine the word danger and opportunity in
Wow,
Chinese, it means crisis. And the
I
interesting
see.
thing is, right now, while we're going through this crisis, you can look at it and say, oh, everything's messed up. I've lost my job. I've lost everything. Or you can say, when things are in crisis, there's also always room for opportunity.
Opportunities, so
If we look
true.
at this, for example, you look at people like Jeff from Amazon. If you look at Amazon, Amazon's company went up 10x during lockdown.
Yeah,
If you look at Tesla, if you look at Apple, if you look at a lot of these, if you look at Zoom, even Zoom platform suddenly came out, and a lot of new social media
absolutely.
platforms. So now it's time to say, okay, well, if we are locked down at home and I can't go to my work, I need to be thinking, how can I pivot? What is my opportunity here? And actually, the opportunity is here, exactly what we're doing here right now. Why? Social media, now is the best time to grow any social media platform. Why? Is because everybody's locked down at home. Everybody must be on social media. Right now, the attendance will be so much higher than when we come out of lockdown. So if you want to build, if anybody wants to build following, now is the time, you see? So even when we first started, when lockdown first happened, and then that was during the TikTok time. I know in India they don't allow TikTok now. But then TikTok, when I started on it, from 0 to 200,000, literally within three weeks, 200,000 following like that. And it's because everyone was
Right.
home. So now it's a big opportunity for that. What's another thing for wealth building? Everybody should be learning online, digital marketing, online
Yeah.
business. Because
So
now
many
you're sitting
online
at home.
courses as well.
That's right. That's right. So how can you sell products online, things like that? Everybody must be learning these things. So that's the second part of it. The third
Right.
part of it is what we discussed before, mental scare. So when it comes to mental scare, it's all about the mindset and loneliness and all everything that you said before. So those practices then is exactly what you do. What you've been saying, you've been practicing things like scripting and vision board, affirmations and meditation and self-love. This is the biggest time to go inside. So now is the biggest training ground. And the funny thing is this, before lockdown, most likely people were at work saying, "Oh, I wish I could just take a break." Universe says, "Okay, cool. I give you 1 year break." Now you're like, "I don't want this break anymore." The interesting
Yeah.
thing is, the moment we get out of this break, when you get back to work, it's most likely that you're going to be nonstop working. So why not just enjoy this moment while we have it? Hmm.
So true. Most of the conversations that you have with friends over the phone, and they're talking about somebody has died or somebody is in hospital and they're not able to find oxygen or blood plasma, and they're panicking and they're like, oh God, we went to get vaccines but they're out of stock. There's so much grief and pain right now that India is facing, and you can't but help absorb that energy, even if it's a phone call, because you're attached to them, you want to help them. But how do you help someone practically without attaching? And because I'm an empath, and a lot of people are, when they hear, you start feeling down, and I actually start taking those emotions. Like my parents, both of them had COVID last year. My mother was in the ICU, and I was literally sending her healing and all of that. But every time I talk to her, I would actually experience her symptoms. How does one not experience all that, symptoms, or whether it's negativity in a conversation or whatever it might be, and just practically helps the other person that they're talking to?
Very simple. So we just actually finished a healing course teaching people healing, energy healing. And we all have an infinite energy body. And that's why you can sense people. And some people's energy field is more open. There you name as empath, and you feel. So it's more open, you feel, you receive. Sometimes it can be good, but sometimes it's not so good. So how can we feel is because we know that the energy field is not limited to the physical body, it's outside of. When we want to create this very simple protection shield, there's so many ways. We usually teach like 20 something ways to do different protection shields. But one simple way that everyone can take away today, and you can try it
Yeah,
next time, it's
please
very
do.
simple,
Yeah.
is just breath out. And it's very simple. So what happens is, let's say somebody's giving all grief and horror story or whatever is happening. If in that moment you are focused on just the breath out, and what's happening is your energy field is expanding and it creates a shield. So you don't end up absorbing the energies. And people say, well, what about the breath in? Now, this is very simple, similar to when we practice fire breath, which is we focus on the breath out, but the breath in is organic. So if you focus on the breath out, you push it out. There's no breath in. The breath in will be, so it doesn't have the breath in. The breath in is organic, and you focus on the breath out only. When you do that, what happens to your energy field? It pushes out, pushes out, pushes out, and it creates like an energy ball, a protection. Next time anybody is speaking negative or complaining or any type of environment like that, if anybody who's listening right now, you just try doing that. You'll find that afterwards you feel fine. It didn't affect you at all. So
Master, I had
that's
seen
very
one
good.
of your videos. Sorry, I'm cutting you. I really started using it at that time. You had mentioned that when you're talking to someone and you're looking straight into their eyes and they're talking about something negative, how you break that eye contact and you look away and you don't kind of look, and then even the breathing out, that you count 1, 2 when you're breathing out. I think that was excellent. Please share that with the viewers.
Yeah, so similar concept to what we're sharing. Eyes are most receptive to energy. if you're seeing somebody in person and they're telling you all negativity or they're feeling negativity, you absorb straight away. Eyes is the key to soul. So you see, that's why a lot of the time when you go out, you're speaking to someone, you say, how are you? They say, yeah, everything's okay. You look deep in their eye, you know it's not okay. Why? Truth is through eyes. So energy gives off so much. And the problem is when two people are in person and they're talking about something negative and you are there and you look at eyes, you absorb everything. Then suddenly afterwards you feel so negative. All you need to do, we don't need to, if we look away, then it's rude. So we can just look at other part of face. We can look at nose, we can look at mouth. Yeah, that makes a difference. We look somewhere else, they will still feel like we're looking at them. And what will happen is you will feel that no energy is coming in, so you're not absorbing. So while you're looking somewhere else on face, and at the same time, gentle, exhaling, especially when you feel the negativity, exhaling, gentle, then you will create this protection shield.
Lovely. Thank you, Master. There's one more question for people that are actually COVID positive right now and are spending time in quarantine at home. Of course, not in hospital and in serious condition because they wouldn't be watching this. But if you're at home and you're COVID positive, is there any way that they could use breathing or meditation to help them heal faster?
Breath work is very good. Also, some light yoga practice will be good because when you're moving body, what's happening is you're allowing the energy to flow, like blood circulation. If all circulation is there, immune system is better. If there's blockages at places and energy is not moving, it stays stuck, then illness can expand. So moving body exercise is good. Breath work, one simple breath work I give for everybody, which will be very good, is a very simple chakra healing process. So when eyes close, we breathe in through crown and hold the breath at crown. Hold it for as long as you can, and when you can't hold any longer, we exhale down the spine and down out of root chakra. Second one, we breathe into third eye, do the same thing. Breathe into throat, hold there as long as we can, out of root, into heart, solar plexus, sacral, root, into root, right down on bottom, create root lock, hold, squeeze, hold for as long as you can, exhale, allow the energy to go down. What is happening is you're doing a full chakra cleanse. It will only take 5-10 minutes, and they do that once every day. That will build the immune system.
Wow, that is lovely. Master, there's a lot of businesses that are just shut down completely right now, and people are losing their drive. They don't know, when things are going to reopen and how they're going to build back from scratch. What do you have to say to people that are actually facing, a lock with their business?
Like I explained before, now is time to pivot. You have to diversify. So it's the same thing here in UK. It's the same. So if some restaurants, they close down, they say, oh, you can't open, so they don't open. But
takeaways and all of that happen.
But next door neighbor, let's say for example, they allow, okay, outdoor seating is okay. Next door neighbor starts building outdoor seating. The other one's still closed all the way. Next door neighbor is full outside. So let's say you're not allowed to sit outside, that's okay. The restaurants that still want to do business, now they're like, okay, we need to start delivery service. So now they're doing delivery service, you see? So you must diversify. It was Darwin who once said, he said, it's not the strongest of species that survive, nor the most intelligent, it's the ones that are most adaptable to change. Now, time is like this, it's time to pivot, adapt. You got to adapt with the situation. So how can you start taking your business more online? How can you work around the rules, how the rules are? How can you work around it to still make it work for you? You do everything you can. So
yeah, but a lot of people are not, but they're not very friendly. Like they don't want to, be on camera and, they're camera shy and not on social media. There are a lot of employees. I get these messages saying, madam, we've lost our job. Can you help, recommend our name? We don't know what to do next. And it's very easy to tell them, yeah, just move online and talk to people and, grow your following, but that's not going to get them,
The-
anywhere right now. So it's
there's
very,
never there's never there's never a lack of solution. There's only a lack of desire. You see, give you a scenario. Let's say, for example, the people who say that to you, they are not dying yet. They are not starving yet. Their kids are not starving yet.
may they
You
never go
say,
through that. Oh
you
my
see,
God.
if there was a mother right now with a kid, with a baby, and no food for the baby, and you give them that advice, the only way you can make food right now for the baby is to do something online. That's the only way. What are they going to do? They're not going to say, I'm not good at camera. If you say the only way you can do it right now is start a YouTube channel, get good at that or whatever, they're not going to say, I'm not good at camera. Their baby is dying. What they can do, I don't know. I'm going to turn it on and I'm going to do whatever you told me to do. You see? So I believe it's more to do with lack of desire. If they want it enough, find a way. You got to make a way online.
Right. Okay, I'm going to go back to some of the questions that came in from the people. I think I've covered most of it. What, according to you, is your secret of a victorious mind?
Secret of victorious mind.
To gain victory over any negative emotion or anything that you can't deal with?
I think the biggest secret is to let it pass. Mind, a lot of it has to do with this monkey mind, this ego, this fight, this dilemma of you want to do something, it says, oh, it might not work. Why is it so bad? Why is this happening to me? This is mind. So this is the mind we're dealing with. To gain victory over it, we cannot fight the mind. If I start saying, stop thinking, why am I thinking so much? I'm really stressed. Attention is there, it will expand. We always say what we focus on expands.
So true.
If that voices is there, what is our practice? Meditation, we call witnessing meditation. And what that is, voice comes in, pass. Why is this happening to you? This shouldn't be happening. If we say, this shouldn't be happening, I know it shouldn't be happening. If I did that, maybe that wouldn't happen. What happens? Engage, it grows. If energy keeps coming at you, a thought keeps coming at you, a negative thought, doubt, or fear starts coming at you, and every time you don't give energy attention, because energy loves attention. If you don't give it attention, it will go. It will have to go. And if you continue to not give it attention, it will not come back. So you will be peaceful, you will be blissful. So I think the biggest solution is not to fight the mind. It's more so to allow all thoughts to pass. Focus on breath, focus in now.
Right. Last question for the day, Master. How do you differentiate between a thought being an instinct or a fear when you want something to manifest?
Okay. So instinct, or maybe we call intuition. Intuition, we say, is feeling. We feel something. Intuition is the moments where we say, I know it doesn't make any sense, but I just really want to do it. I don't know why. That's intuition. Because if it doesn't make any sense, you're not using mind, you're using feeling. So that is intuition. Mind is thinking, overthinking, fears, doubts. Fears, doubts is never intuition. Intuition takes you towards your calling. Fears and doubts is always pre-programmed. It may be because somebody once told you it's very dangerous, so now you're thinking, oh, it's very dangerous. Somebody once told you you need to be careful, now you're like, oh, I need to be careful, right? So that is mind programmed. So our practice is when we surrender mind, don't think, we feel. When we move forward with feeling, we are following our intuition, our gut feeling, or we can call our God feeling, our good feeling. That takes us towards our biggest purpose in life.
Right. So when you want to achieve something and you have a second thought that comes in, you're like, no, if I do this, what if this happens? And that usually this is
Then
negative.
it
So
shall
you don't
manifest.
know if
Then it
it
shall
is,
manifest.
then it shall manifest.
Then
So,
it shall.
but
You
how?
say, okay, I'm gonna walk to the other side of the river over the bridge. I feel like I want to do it. Then you should do. I'm walking on the bridge. Just before I walk to the bridge, I say, what if I fall in the water? Then, very likely, I'll fall in the water. When I fall in the water, what will happen? I'll say, you see, I knew I would fall in the water. No. Not you see, you knew you were going to fall in the water. You weren't going to fall in the water until you manifested falling in the water. Your thoughts equal your reality. So it's more to say, what do you feel? I feel like growing a YouTube channel. Okay, then grow a YouTube channel. But what if some people start, what if it doesn't grow? What if I don't make money? Okay, then it shall not grow.
Right. So you have to control your mind and your thoughts and direct
Don't,
them, right? Not
don't control
control your
mine.
thoughts. You can't control your mind. Okay. Let it
Allow.
pass.
Pass.
Okay. And then correct
What
it,
if it doesn't work?
replace
Pass.
it. After you
Well,
let it
yeah,
pass, you replace
you can
it.
replace with the opposite. We can say,
Opposite
what if it
becomes an
does work?
affirmation.
Yeah, you do
Right.
replace with opposite. Beautiful.
Lovely. Yeah, I'm still with the basics. I love the basics.
It's very good,
All
very
right.
good.
Thank you so much. It was really lovely to have you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for
Anything
having me
else
on your
that you'd
show.
like to say? Anything else that you'd like to say? You can
I
talk about your I Am Creator organization that you chair. I've read so much about it. You can tell the viewers about it as well.
they can if they want meditations, they want yoga practice, they want all of this. Everything is free inside our app, so they can download the app. It's called Creator
Lovely.
Circle, Play Store. They can download the app. They can add me as friend there. They can make posts. It's all positivity in there, so everything is
Absolutely.
free inside there. Yeah, so they can find it on Apple Store, Android Store. Yeah. Other than that, I want to say a big thank you to you. When you were making these posts for this, so many of our fans, our followers, was messaging me and saying, "Oh my God, Chris!" So
Oh,
a lot of
that's so
people were saying
sweet.
they watched your movies before and things like that. So I want to say a
Thanks.
big thank
Thank
you
you.
for what you're doing, and it's wonderful to see you also transitioning your work to spreading love and positivity to the world.
Absolutely.
Um,
It's much needed.
you're very, very special spirit, and you're chosen for this purpose. So it's beautiful seeing you share this light in the world.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. My love and prayers
Thank
for
you.
you. Namaste.
Take care. Namaste. How was that? I'm sure all of you all have enjoyed it and taken home something that'll help you, you know, actually try and keep your mind as positive as possible. Be calm in situations, so that you don't panic and take the wrong decision, take any wrong actions. Very often when you're, anxious, you tend to, you're on the phone and you're like, you give your phone to somebody else to just have a conversation with whoever's on the phone with you, and you don't realize it because you're panicking, you're not thinking right. So you land up contracting COVID then. So to avoid these situations where you're not going to panic and you're going to be more calm, more peaceful, more focused, and in the moment, present in the moment, not thinking about what's going to happen later, what has happened before, just in the moment, it'll help you with your actions and keep you safer. So it's not just about keeping your immunity up. It is about keeping a calm state of mind, which I call the victorious mind. Take care, everyone. Lots of love to all of you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to try and do this as often as I can. um, Take care of yourself. Love you all. Bye.